Man Machine. This one's from Lock Stock. Everybody knows that. Let's roll.
Shotguns? What, like guns that fire shot?
Oh, you must be the brains in. That's right, guns that fire shots.
Alright, so we have a really cool riff to start out, which is outlining a 3-chord progression. D5, F6, and G add 2. So the D5, D, A, D, simple D chord. The F6 looks like a D7. It has the same notes, open D, A, C, but there's an implied F in that. So you're really getting an F6 chord. It's called a 6 chord because you've got that D in there, which is a 6. There's no, this is a perfect spelling of an F6 chord. F is the root, D is the 6, A is the 3rd, F is the 5. And then you have a G add 2. So that A note is the pivot here. It's in all the chords there. So you have an open G, oops, is that right? Open D, A on the G string, and then an open B with a G on the bottom that spells G, D is the 5, A is the 2nd, and B is the 3rd, so it's the sus2 chord. So you have, just listen.
Guns that fire shot?
Oh, you must be the brains in. That's right, guns that fire shots.
Now don't go thinking I'm some clever music guy because I figured out that that's actually an F chord and not a D7. There's a reason for this, and it becomes very, very apparent when we get more deeper into the song. So it's pretty simple to play. If you look at the tab, it might look hard at first, but is the first part. Just down, up, skip a string, and then hit that D. But don't play it, you have to swing. So the first time down, okay, the second time, so A, open D, A, open B, A, open D, and then that C note. You hear it? But after you finish that first go through, you start on the A, go down to the open D, and then back through the same thing again. So listen. So it pivots around that A note, okay? So just practice through it slowly. You'll get it in no time, I promise. So that takes us through the intro. Now listen to the verse chords. They're so D, F, G, F, same as, right? It's just what we went through. Chords change a little bit. You have a D5 to an F sus2 to a G5 to an F sus2. So the D5, super simple. right? Just a normal D5 chord. The F sus2, so there's your F chord. So play it like this, all right? So you have your F triad played with those 3 fingers there, and then you put that C on top, and then you add your thumb, give you that beautiful F chord. Take away your middle finger, and that's F sus2. It's called a sus2 because you have an open G here. And you're taking out the 3rd and replacing it with the 2nd, so you're suspending the chord. You're suspending the 3rd and adding in that 2nd, okay? So it gives it, you can really hear. It's not an F major, it's an F sus. Okay? So that's it. Oh yeah, G5. No 3rd in this. You can hear it's not, there's no 3rd in that. It's just a 5 chord, okay? So mute the B string with your middle finger, take out the high G, you get that chord. Sitting in the cheap seats underneath the stars. So the 4th time he plays D, F sus2, B flat, G5. Okay? And then we get 3 more times of and the last time I try to make conversation but I'm too far gone is an E and then to a G. Right? So harmonically we're in F here. So we have a D, it's sort of a non-committal, it's a 5, not a D minor, not a D major, it's just a D5, okay? Then we go to the F sus2, that's our tonic here I think, F, and then the G, so there's no G major chord in F major, there's a G minor, but it's not a G minor chord, it's implying major. So how does that work harmonically? Well, the 5 chord in F is C, the 5 of that chord is G. So it's a secondary dominant, okay? So D, F, G, it's a fantastic secondary dominant move here. You could even argue that this D here is a secondary dominant of, no, I wouldn't actually, forget it. It's just a D, F, G, so secondary dominant of C, and then the B flat in there, that's the 4 in F, so that works really well. And then the try to make conversation but I'm too far gone. That E is another secondary dominant, it's the 5 of the A minor, the 5 of 3, right? So A minor is the 3, the minor 3, and then the major 5. Normally that would be an E7, but that certainly wouldn't work in that context there. So you have another secondary dominant, and then you end it on the G. So now listen to the chorus, okay? Whoops. Edit. It's exactly the same as the intro, right? Which isn't much different from the verse. You get... Doesn't work to strum those D, F6, G add 2 chords. So... All right, so it's all the same thing there. So we go into the second verse. Horns, Hammond organ here. Sounds pretty cool. It's like I don't know if that's that's not a tuba, that's a tenor, is it a baritone sax, I think. I'm not so good identifying horns. Trumpets are killer. Awesome. Very adamant. And then, yeah, another chorus. And then we go into a bridge here, I think. So we go to A minor there. A minor, E minor, C, G, oldest chord progression in the book. A minor, E minor, C, takes us back to... Listen. Now listen. Nice. So the chords are the same. A minor, down, 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 down. Nice. Now, how does that lead go? Tab is up, so so you end on open B, which is the third of the G chord. Listen. Right? And then last time is simple. And then that beautiful F chord. All right. So tab's all up for you for that part. And then it brings us into a very long outro. It's over a minute. Well, not quite an outro. Another re-intro. A lot of synth here. It's a really busy song. Listen. Nice, the bass is hammering that D there. And then you have a long outro, okay? So we'll skip to the end. So at the very end you get a... Right, very nice. So double on the G, double on the F, and end right where we started on a D. What a banger. Thanks. Cheers.